to a citizen, boy. Citizen to a citizen, boy.
Key to life.
Another one.
And now, our feature presentation.
There it is. All right, so this is what it is, man. It's Saturday, November 11th, man. This is the first. For Citizen to Citizen TV, whatever, YouTube, call it what you want. But I'm on with my brother. This is on family. It's not just my brother. It's not just my family. It's a fellow YouTuber, podcaster. I call him a great, because he went into it with I hate humans, and people gravitated to it like forget about it. And then he was like, wait a minute, let me change, let me rebrand. He rebranded it and said, you know what, I love humans. I'm bringing it to you straight from Thailand by way of the Bronx. Okay, BX. To all my BX people, he left BX. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna try it out in Atlanta. He went to Atlanta. He was like, all right, you know what? I want to expand. He went to Thailand. He went from the X to the T, coming to you straight from Thailand. For the last year and change with his family. Love this man. 3Dub, aka I Love Humans, aka Talk About It. Let's go, Mr. Will himself. Welcome. You are the first pioneer. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me on your platform. It is an honor to be a part of your road to 100,000 subscribers. You know what I mean?
Sir.
Just to be a part of that journey, it's an honor. I'm happy to be here. I haven't been doing a whole lot of talking lately, so I appreciate you for making me dust off my microphone. And,
yes, sir.
and jump on here and get some things done. I'm happy to be here. I'm ready for whatever it is wherever you want to take this. Let's do it.
Listen, man, we are happy to have you. I'm happy to have you. This is a long time coming. Bypass all that studio or whatever interview type rhetoric. We talk all the time, daily. But This is going to be epic. It's going to be short. I don't like the long format. We're going to do 30 minutes, but we just want to talk about, obviously it's a firearms channel, firearms training, fitness, this and the third. We're going to talk about your journey, how you got into it, what made you, there we go. That's Jackie Chan right there.
I'm in Thailand.
It's Jackie Chan right by the window.
Listen, man, people get around on motorbikes out here, so you're gonna hear something every now and again.
Oh, definitely. Oh, before I even jump into it, listen. If you don't know, I'm gonna tell you. Hardly initiated. Stop playing around. Tune in. Hardly initiated. My nephew and his boy is killing it.
Killing the game.
Hardly initiated. You listen to it. It's for ladies. It's for men. It's for the damn dog walking down the street. The dog is like, Scooby Doo. Start listening. But yeah, back to it, man. Will, I know you've been around me. You've been around us a long time. And we've always had this affinity for firearms, or anyway, we've always been strapped. And you got into it, but I think you got into it for a different reason. I think, I don't know. I just remember when you contacted me, it was like, what do you think? What do you think about this firearm? What do you think about that firearm? So talk to me a little bit about what really pushed you to the point of sanity where you felt you needed a firearm. And not just needed a firearm, but you also went and got your concealed carry permit in Georgia. Talk to me about that.
Yes. Well, first I'll say I've been around firearms. Like my earliest memory of firearms was my father. My father, he carried a firearm on a regular basis back in New York in the Bronx. So he wasn't a concealed carry licensee, but
Sure he wasn't.
But he did have a firearm. Unfortunately, he was in the streets a little bit, and he was shot and paralyzed, but he had an affinity for firearms. So he didn't hide it from me, but he did tell me that I wasn't allowed to put my hands on it. And out of respect for my dad, I never did. I never touched his firearm, even though I knew where it was. I knew where he kept it. So that was like my earliest memory of firearms was him. And I had other family members who also had firearms as well. So I was around them, but I never had that type of an interest in them where I wanted to pick one up and fire one and, see what it felt like. I never had that. Now, being around my Brooklyn crew, in my later years as an adult, you don't really have much of a choice. You're around them on a regular basis. You have to get comfortable with being able to handle one, and it just gave me a whole new respect for what it means to deal with firearms, because obviously you're dealing with something that you could take someone's life at the pull of a finger. You know what I mean? So it's the responsible thing to do is to know how to properly handle it. So I didn't, as you know, it took me some years before I decided to get my own. And it wasn't until I had a family to protect, that's when I decided I need to go ahead and have my own firearm, and I need to do it the right way. So that was the reason why I went and got my concealed carry. Obviously, things in America being what they are, and what we see, in the news, and for some of us, what we see right in our communities, you learn the benefit of being able to carry concealed and being able to protect yourself no matter where it is that you go. So the short of it, that's the reason why I decided to purchase a firearm, was to protect my family, carry concealed, protect myself and my family, and being able to lean on people like you for my education is, that was a great help.
Yeah. How did the wife, when you told the wife, hey, I'm getting a firearm, how did the wife take it? What was that? What was that experience?
Well, she was fully engaged in the process. As a matter of fact, she's the one who purchased it for my birthday. Which birthday? I think it was my. I want to say my 38th birthday, maybe. When she gifted me with my firearm, so she was fully engaged in the process. She doesn't like firearms, she wasn't really. She didn't want one of her for herself, but we knew that it was the way to go was for me to have one for sure.
So she gifted it to you. What she get you? Here we go. Yeah, what she get you for your birthday?
Well, we went to the range and we tested out a variety of weapons, and we had some friends with us who were 2A enthusiasts also. So they were kind enough to bring their collection and allow us to test them out and see what it was that we liked. And ultimately, I ended up getting a Smith & Wesson M&P 9 millimeter.
Yeah. And I'll so me knowing exactly what you got. I mean, I know what you got because I have it.
You got
it. So let me give you the story behind that. Let me give the viewers the story behind that. So yeah, it's the M&P. It's a Smith & Wesson M&P. Beautiful firearm. And you obviously you couldn't take that to Thailand, so my brother gifted it to me, and I have a video out there. He wasn't supposed to see the video, but he actually watched it all the way to the end. And this is why I put it all the way in the end, because I was hoping that he wouldn't watch the video all the way to the end. But he watched it and he saw my plans for it, because whether he comes back or not, when he does come back, if he does come back, I'm gifting it back to him. But he's not going to recognize it. It's going to be super modded up. But prior to him leaving, when I say prior to him leaving, I'm talking about day before. We're in the parking lot. I'll never forget. He was in the Walmart parking lot. Say, okay, so how are we going to do this? So, well, we got to do. It's a gift, so we have to go ahead and document that it's gifted. So we have to show our license and our permits, and show that it was all together with the serial number. It was the funniest interaction in the Walmart parking lot, as his wife was inside. His wife and daughter was inside getting some stuff before they get on a plane to Thailand. Wow, woo! I mean, it was a dope experience. I'm glad I was able to come out there and just hang out the day before you left. It was super dope, man. It's not every day you see your brother say, "Hey man, I'm going to Thailand." Most people are like, "Hey man, I'm going to Atlanta." "Hey man, I'm going to Florida." "Nah man, I'm going to Thailand." And hold my strap, because I can't take it to Thailand.
Oh damn!
So when you come back, whether it's to visit or to live, man, when you come back, you're gonna see a whole different pistol, man. But that's a beautiful story, just coming out. Your wife supported you, your family supported you, and like you said, you was around a bunch of like-minded people. Just happened to be from Brooklyn, and were able to go ahead and exercise their 2A rights, get their pistols, get their concealed carry permits. It's so funny, obviously, a bunch of people from Brooklyn. We all know them collectively, and then two of them happen to be instructors. One in Florida, one in North Carolina. I wish we can get our other guy. I'm talking about in Georgia. Get him situated so that he can be an instructor too. We can do this whole firearms instruction thing across a few states. Speaking of, why not? So you can conceal carry in Thailand, and you can own firearms in Thailand.
That's one. What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It's just a super arduous, tedious process. Like the process can take up to 3 years. I just wanted to let you know that. Yeah.
Let me say this. I did not enjoy carrying a firearm on a regular basis. Like,
okay.
I don't know about everybody else, right? But for me, if I'm gonna do something, I'm taking it as serious as I can, right? So
right.
carrying a firearm every day, every time that I put it on my hip, the thought goes through my mind, like, please don't let me have to use this. Right?
Okay.
And in America, like, there's so many situations where we find ourselves in where you're like, I could potentially shoot somebody in this particular situation because things happen so fast, emotions run high, and people have different traumas and so on and so forth. So while I'm aware that some people conceal carry in Thailand, I don't have an interest in carrying here. Like if I do come back to the States, I definitely want my pistol.
It's there. It's there. It's not gonna look. It's not gonna look the same. It's not gonna look the same. And
as long as it functions,
I mean, you definitely gonna. You definitely. Oh no, it's gonna function. It's gonna function.
All I care about is the.
But let me ask you a question. But when you were in Georgia, when you were in New York, you know, when you were driving, when you got into a vehicle, did you put your seatbelt on? Were you a law-abiding citizen and you put your seatbelt on every time you got into the car?
Yeah, I say so.
Why? Was it because it's the law, or because seatbelts save lives?
Well, I would say because it saves lives. So, at least that's what we're taught, is that seatbelts save lives.
I mean, is it? You said that's what we're taught, but does it really? Do seatbelts really save lives? And I'm glad you said because that's what we're taught. Because we are a nation of, we do what we're taught versus what we learn.
Right.
We can learn a bunch of stuff, but we focus more on what we're taught. So if you're taught gun ownership or carrying a gun is a bad thing, you're actually going to believe that. But if you learn otherwise, like gun ownership is not so much a bad thing. It's like, I'm saving my life. It's a lifesaver. You're going to believe that even more because you learned it versus what you were taught. Now, it sounds like an oxymoron. It's like, well, you learn what you're taught. Yeah, but if you learned it on your own through your research and your facts, this, that, and the third, it has more of an impact. But going back to my question, I don't believe I gave you an opportunity to answer. You know, you wear your seatbelt because it saves lives, right? But you were taught that, right?
Correct.
And it's been proven correct, right? Seatbelts save lives. I mean, me, Rolando, Lucky, and Sammy, we got hit by what? An 18-wheeler broadside. We still here.
Right.
We had seatbelts on. It was on the highway. We got hit. Mother's Day, I'll never forget. Me, Rolando, Lucky, we were going to Kendall. Well, we got hit. We got hit. We was in the Benz. We got hit. We all walked out and was like, hey, everything all right? We had seatbelts on, right?
But you know, I think when I said what I said, it was more so speaking to, like, before I carried a firearm, like you mentioned, like, we come from New York City. I grew up in the Bronx. So I had experiences with people that gave me, like, I would say, like, a little bit of anxiety in certain situations, like people being in my space or people acting a certain way around me. It would my how can I say, like, my attentiveness would be heightened. Like, my awareness would be heightened, and I could feel, even if I don't display it externally, like internally, I could feel myself being on edge. So
Bam.
the responsibility when you have those experiences and then you're carrying a firearm at the same time, it sometimes it feels like a lot to manage because
It.
you
Yeah.
have to be a responsible gun owner. But
Yeah.
at
No,
the same
I
token-
agree with you. Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's what I meant by that is the feeling being uncomfortable was due to that. It was due to me having to be mindful of managing my trauma and the way that I respond to certain things that are happening around me to make sure that I'm not acting irrationally when I'm carrying a firearm. Now, keep in mind, I've never been like while I carried a firearm, I never had a situation where I even thought that I was going to pull it on someone, right?
Right.
However, I was just speaking to the state of mind that it would put me in on a regular basis, just because I knew what it was. I knew what responsibility I carried, and I knew my personality had been shaped to be someone who I would rather be the opposite of a victim than to be a victim. You dig what I'm saying?
So two things that you mentioned, and they're so synonymous, right? State of mind, being one of them, and the mentality that state of mind mentality. It's almost one and the same. But it's important that we mention that state of mind and attitude, right? Those are the two things that you mentioned. Listen, as an instructor now, right? I look for these behaviors, and I'll tell the person, hey man, we can't continue on with this class. Here's your money back. I don't feel your yada yada yada. I've done that on 3 occasions. Now let's go back to state of mind and attitude. It changes, man, and I get it. When I came, down, to south of the border to the south, everybody was all happy go lucky. Hey, good morning. What I fucking talking about? Excuse me. Good morning. You know what I mean? I had to get used to that, and then long story short, I had to get used to the Southern hospitality because I was always on edge. I mean, we now recognize that as PTSD because this is the environment we were growing up in. And then for somebody like us that grew up in that environment where you had to really, when we get firearms, we learn the laws and the legalities of it, and we get more information. We start to become more reserved and more observant of, okay, calm down. Let's assess the situation. Is it that serious? And then move on from there. And you would shake your head and laugh. I was a hothead. And the last person that should ever have a firearm 30 years ago was me. I take pride in saying that, man, because it's growth. You grow and you figure out what your issues are, if they are issues, or what your areas of improvement are, and you expound upon those areas, man. And I mean, I took that very seriously, and we're here today talking about it, man. But at the end of the day,
I've seen it.
Yeah. I love the fact that I can sit here and speak to somebody that not only that I know, but knows me just as well as I know myself. and can look and say, man, this okay, yeah. And then me, Traversy, look at you like, yo, this is a serious guy. If he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do something. I'll never forget when you said, hey man, I'm moving to Atlanta. I was like, yeah, all right, all right. And then 3 months later, hey man, I'm in Atlanta. Can you got him? I'm like, word? You know? And then fast forward to 2022, I think it was 2022. Hey man, I'm moving to Thailand. When? Next month. Oh, word? Yeah, man. I'm like, oh, okay. You know? So I love it. I love it, man. A man of conviction, a man that says we're going to do something and does it. And, well thought out, man. I love it. I love the whole Thailand experience. I definitely thank you for sharing the experience of you getting getting into firearms, and your wife really supporting that, and you getting the training. I remember we came out there and this was super funny. I'll tell this story. We went to the range. And we were going through, different firearms plus yours, and we had targets up there. And I had you had the bullseye, we had the plate, and I was, and we were going through the drills. And I said, look, picture your wife is this white plate here, or whatever it was, whatever target, and on the side it was the guy, holding her. I said, Now I want you to focus. Hey man, you put 4 holes within 2 inches at like 12 yards, all in this man's face and not hitting your wife. That was. I wish I had my camera that day. But when I told you that, because you weren't shooting all over, you were just shooting, and it wasn't grouping. But when I gave you that focal point and you hit it, I was like,
that's
man,
a sign.
Listen,
that's a great trainer. That's a great trainer.
Hey, I appreciate that, but at the end of the day, that's a great husband. It was like, well, I ain't gonna kill my wife. Somebody gotta feed these damn kids. Yo, fam, that was a moment. I so wish I had the cameras up then, man. I wasn't so big on the YouTube
This is
push.
and like they don't have, even though I'm not interested in carrying here. It's not because I dislike firearms. I like shooting. Like,
Right.
I'll be honest. I do like shooting. I like the sport. I'm not I'm not a gun enthusiast on the level of like someone like you or some of the other people in the 2A community. However, I enjoy going to the range. I would love to get training on a course where you're doing tactical movement and everything like that. I would love to increase my level of education. And they do have ranges. They have shooting ranges in Thailand. So when you come,
I've been looking. Yeah.
When you come, we're definitely gonna. I haven't gone to any of them yet, but I will. I haven't made the time for it. But I know where a few of them are. When you get out here. When you get out here, we'll definitely hit them up. I'll get to them before you get here, and I'll give you my own personal review. But I definitely, because I haven't shot in over a year now.
Over a year, bro.
Since I've been here.
Oh, trust me, I remember. I was like, yo, when's the last time you shot? When I was out there, it was like, hey, when I shot with you, I was like, oh, word. Hey, but listen.
Yeah, like.
Got some plans.
You used to always hit me.
Got some plans.
You used to always hit me. You been in the range?
Yeah. That's the start of the conversation. Yeah, like, what you doing?
You know what I mean? For the people watching the channel, if you know people in your community that are interested in concealed carrying and firearms training, firearms education, why not rent a bus? Get 30 people on a bus, go to a compound, and have a whole day's experience and get fed at the same time. That's sounds like a great idea to me.
I'm telling you, I got it. If I had like 200,000 extra dollars, I'll put a golf course on there, man. Hey man, shoot this and shoot that. You know what I mean? I mean, if anybody wants to give me 200K, I'll get you a golf course. I'll get your money back. All I'm saying is
somebody's gonna want to invest in that vision.
Yeah, I know how to get it. And I'm not talking about Cesar Pena and DJ Envy get it. I'm talking about get it.
Damn, son.
That was shameless. That was bad. Hey man, it was great. I appreciate you taking out time to go ahead and talk to us, being our first guest on this type of platform. I've never done like a interview type situation, but who better to do it with than not only my brother, but an amazing podcaster. Hey, if you haven't in the past went to I Hate Humans podcast, or you haven't now went to I Love Humans podcast, you have to go to both, and you have to absorb both ends of the rainbow, because I'm telling you, the conversations, the topics, polarizing. I mean, to the point. One topic. Oh man, I wish I had that queued up. I pulled over, and I was like, oh. I was on my way to Georgia, coming from North Carolina. I pulled over. I didn't need gas. I could have used some gas, but the topic started. I was like, no, I need to fill up on this. I'm telling you, go to the old episodes, build the foundation. Now listen to the new episodes. They all make sense. But when you do the old and the new, oh man, goodbye. Hey man, 3Dub, aka that. Will, aka I Love Humans. Tell the people what you want to hear, and then tell them good night or good morning. Wait a minute. Oh no, it's definitely good night. It's 12 a.m. in Thailand, so
it's tomorrow. Woo! It's tomorrow here.
It's Sunday.
It's already Sunday morning here, or Saturday night if you want to call it that. But as far as the people go, I don't know what I want to say, man. Go ahead. You can follow the channel. Please follow the channel. I Love Humans. We address a litany of issues, or topics rather, throughout culture, society, and culture. We are in the process of a rebrand, as my brother mentioned. So we're shifting from I Hate Humans to I Love Humans, because hate is dying out. There's no need to pay attention to something that's going away. And it's all about the love. Love is undefeated. Love is the way. And we want to contribute to helping people pave the road to the future, and being a positive force, being a positive force to driving things forward in this world. So as we move forward, expect to see some great things from the channel. I appreciate you, my brother, for getting me again to dust off the microphone and jump back in these YouTube streets. I'm gearing up to really go full throttle. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, everybody. Come on, man.
Hey,
you can't.
No doubt.
You can give me a pause right there. Put Cam's
Pause. Yeah.
Hey, mate. You said he's right. I'm definitely giving you a pause on that. He's talking about full throttle on the mic. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Damn.
You're still here. It's over.
Another one.